Here. Welcome everyone to Sysco's virtual kitchen live session with Maple Leaf Foods and Chef Keppy. Welcome back, Chef.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Excellent, excellent. So today we are back with Maple Leaf. I think this is like our 500th show with you.
Fourth time.
Is it fourth, not 500? Okay.
I don't know what day of the week it is, but it's the fourth time we're doing this. So yes.
I don't know what day of the week it is or what's happening, but we're happy to have you back and showing us some great ideas. So what are we going to talk about today?
Again, we're going to do a quick one today. We're just going to show some appetizers. We just want to show. We're going to show 1, 2, 3, 4, just 5 different builds. We'll talk about some multiple applications, but it's just again, it's all about trying to get the upsell on the table. For the guest, like if they're going to order an entree, let's get a share platter or an individual platter out there for them so that we can make a few more dollars. So that's really where we want to start off today.
So, okay. What's your favorite appetizer?
Actually, we're doing 2 of them today. So again, why would I do anything that wasn't one of my favorites, right? I have a couple of go-tos that I use all the time now. So.
I'm going to hope you weren't going to say like seafood or something.
No. We're not going for shrimp and scallops. No, afraid not. I know where my bread is buttered.
I like that.
I can choose pork, I can choose chicken, and I can choose some plant-based items, but those are my choices.
There we go. That's your boundaries.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's get into it. Let's see your great ideas today.
Okay, then. Perfect. So we're going to start off. We're going to talk about we've done it before, but we talked about the sausages and all the different dinner sausage options. So we have got a whole set of dinner sausage possibilities for you that you can get in. We have them packed in sleeves of 10 like this, fully cooked. So these are Oktoberfest. They come in a 7-inch and a 5-inch. But we've also got we also have this in Italian hot, mild, Mediterranean, farmer sausage, quite a few different kinds. We talked about this on one of the first episodes we did about making into a mixed grill and using it there. But there's also an option here to be able to do something with an appetizer. So what we wanted to be able to do is I took some of those sausages, scored them, and just had them ready to go like that. So we got some scored sausages. I finished these ones off in the oven. And all we have to do from here is take a product like that.
They're huge.
Yeah, it's a 7-inch sausage. Do a few cuts onto it like this. And we can start to pile them together. And we're going to be able to make a double dip here. And what that's going to look like is right over here. So you can put, that's 2 dinner sausages on that plate, some honey mustard and some crumbled pretzels. And you do the quick double dip. So you take that in. Take your sausage into the mustard, into the pretzel. Just there you go. I call it the Just Add Beer appetizer.
It's brilliant.
That's how simple things can get. So that's just an Oktoberfest sausage.
And you know what? There's a lot of people that just love nibbling on sausages like that, right? Right? Like they like that little grab and go, little bite.
And inexpensive, right? It's going to work out. It's a great share platter. And at the same time, I realize that there's people out there that may not want to have to share a platter, so you can still do something small and have an individual one just like that.
Like that's just a tiny one, eh? Like for an individual.
Yeah, just 5 slices of sauce, half a sausage, a couple of pretzels, and a bit of mustard, and it's a great start for a meal.
Well, even to a point that you could almost give that away free if you're looking at drink sales or you're putting in your pub as just a snack or whatever it is, right? That's a great idea. That's very low cost.
Yeah, it's very, very low cost. And again, that same sausage, we're going to want to see it on a bun on the menu somewhere for lunch. We're going to want to see that as part of as a mixed grill as well. So you're going to get the multiple applications out of it. At the end of the day, this can go into a soup as well. So you've got a lot of different options. If
now,
you look
can you boil them, Chef? Or is that a no?
I didn't have to boil these ones. You definitely can. They're fully cooked product. So I just tempered these out. I scored them and I fired them in the oven. But they can heat up from on the grill as well, just as easily. But you can boil them and serve them and finish them on the grill. Okay. The one thing I like to do with it, if you're going to have more than one sausage, because again, if you're coming in a sleeve of 10, you don't have to defrost out a huge amount. You could actually have 2 or 3 different kinds of sausages on the grill. They may still look similar from the outside, but you can score them differently. So I did a straight diamond score on that one, but you could pick another sausage and do a straight angle cut slice. You could do another one that has just just different kinds of cuts so you can tell them apart and have them all on the grill at the same time. Cool. But using it as a mixed grill is a great way to start off.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Quick, easy idea, inexpensive, great idea.
It's just a matter of you want to get the sauce and you want some crunch. That's why you got to get the pretzels in there as well.
And you just took pretzels, whatever, and just crumbled them up, or they don't come that way, do they?
No, that's just a mortar and pestle, or you blitz them, or you break them up in the bag. But or the ones at the bottom you didn't eat.
Okay.
Okay.
Love it.
Nice and simple.
Nice and simple.
So the second one we're going to talk about, again, we've brought this before. We've got is our chicken dipper. So this is the boneless chicken breast piece. So this is a 1.5 ounce piece of hand cut chicken breast. It's fully cooked. It has a great coating system on the outside of it that stays on it. And I'll just to show you here, when you go to break into these, this is all whole muscle. So you're going to see that's just like you made it in your in-house with the breading on it, ready to go. So that's a whole.
They're called chicken dippers.
Chicken dippers. So basically, 3 of those will make up into is the equivalent of a chicken breast. So we started off. This started off as straight pub food. This was a quote unquote boneless wing. We can't call it that, but it's chicken breast meat. But it's also found its way to towards healthcare as well. So because it's got a fairly clean deck and the nutritionals are good on it, healthcare uses this product because you can bake it just as easily as you deep fry it.
Oh,
so
really?
It's going to bake, it's going to hold. Yeah.
No, give us some tips on baking these things because I screw that up every time.
Again, in a perfect world, all you really want to be able to do is temper these out so that they're already defrosted, and temper them out overnight in the fridge and work from that way into the oven, convection or static oven. It's only going to take 12, 14 minutes to get them up to temperature. Again,
liner?
Sorry?
Liner? Do you do a liner?
On a sheet of parchment for sure.
Okay.
And again, the great thing about a product like this, whether it's the deep fryer or it's the oven, the worst thing that could happen if everything goes wrong is that you're gonna bite into a cold piece of fully cooked chicken. You want everything to get to temperature, but you don't have to sacrifice pieces to see whether they're cooked, which is what a lot of inexperienced people do in the restaurants. When you put down chicken fingers that are raw or par fried, the cooks usually put an extra one in there so they can break it open to make sure they're fully cooked, that they're ready to go. You're never going to have that problem. Yeah.
I work at kitchens, buddy. I know how.
So a product like this, again, you can toss it in any wing sauce you've got. But the great thing about it is when you toss it, it's not going to. The breading doesn't fall off of it. I just get a little bit here, so you can see the breading's going to stay on it. It's going to coat really well, and it keeps its heat. So you're ready to go right there for a chicken dipper.
Now on the sauce, I'm asking a lot of questions today because this is one of my favorite areas. Is sauce cold, hot, room temperature? Any recommendation?
Room temperature is where I like to go. But the heat from these from the product coming out of the oven or the fryer is going to melt. So if you're using a honey sauce or here like a sweet Thai chili, it's going to just melt. It's going to liquefy a lot faster, anyways.
Okay,
you're ready to go. So
you don't put a lot in there, right? How much did you put in there? Let's say with that many.
Again, measurements aren't my thing.
Come on, that's the worst thing to ask a chef. Sorry, I am so sorry. How many cups and tablespoons did you put in there, Martha?
Everything's an eyeball here, okay? Everything's an eyeball.
That's what chefs do. So you just put a little bit in, eh? Okay.
So something like this, obviously, this just goes out with wings and on a boneless platter. I just did something a little bit different. Wanted to be able to show it out. everybody does lettuce wraps. So because they're smaller pieces, I just did chicken lettuce wraps as a slider. So you can just get a little bit of big lettuce there. I did I quick pickled some radish, carrots, and peppers to go inside it. And then the chicken dippers tossed in the sweet Thai chili there. But anybody can sit there and make up a quick little individual wrap like that as a build your own.
I have to ask you here. Zoom in on that pickle. You pickled you said quick. I don't think pickling's quick, is it?
You can do a quick pickle with
how do you do that?
It's basically you're just taking your vinegar, salt, and pepper, salt and sugar, and you can pour it over a julienne veg, and it quick pickles something. So it's not something you can put in a jar and save. It's just be served right up. So it's just getting that marinade into it.
Can you just pick it up?
Pick up the pickle?
Yeah, like what you pickled there, that little combo.
So you're just talking about like that?
Yeah, that looks awesome, dude.
So yeah, that took 2 minutes. So you basically just heated up some vinegar, salt, and sugar, and poured it over the julienne veg, let it sit for a while, and you're good to go. So it's a great way, and you can add more flavors in there. There could be some garlic and different things that you want to put in, but it's still going to have some crunch to it, but you're going to get the vinegar marinade that's going into it as well. So it's just a great way to add on for a build. So for subs and sandwiches, doing a quick pickle like that, absolutely.
Oh yeah, you know what? Brilliant, first of all, just because it's better than a little side salad or those sad things that sometimes that we see out there. But great idea, simple, cost effective, and right on trend.
Yep. And again, if you're going to do something like that, put it on the menu. Say that house pickled veggies, nice and simple.
Love it. Very easy to do, and that will stay throughout the lunch. If you do a lunch rush and do a whole bunch.
Yeah, you've got a day on something like that for sure. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Awesome stuff.
Okay. The other one that I've done in the past is I've done a quick pickle with I've put a lot of honey in it, and I've done like and then some Tabasco, and I've done like a spicy honey carrot stick. So you can actually take your carrot sticks and pickle them a bit yourself, and just do a different flavor. Yeah.
Really?
Sure. All that's possible. Get some heat going with it. The third thing we're talking about
that deep fried food, buddy.
We're keeping on the deep fried train today for the most part. Yeah.
Not carrots. Come on.
That's just a garnish. It's garnish. Really.
Okay.
We've looked at it before again too, but I wanted to talk about the button bones. This is a West Coast product. It's a byproduct. The button bone is basically it's the rib tail ends. Anybody out west has seen this in the bars for years. It's just that last little taper. There's 3 or 4 bones in there. What ends up happening with a product like that is it comes bulk to the restaurant. The restaurant then has to defrost a whole box of it out. Then they drop them in the fryer. They're random in size, so you have to cook to the biggest piece, which means that when you're taking those button bones, those rib tail ends, you can end up with some pretty tough pieces there. Mm-hmm. There's some flavor. The traditional is salt and pepper on it, but it's an irregular piece that you can work with. What we've done is we've actually taken that product and we've elevated it to a high-end appetizer. So we've taken those button bones, cut them into the individual bones, and we've cooked them the same way we cook our fully cooked ribs. So they're in the bag. And I've got a package of them here. And I say this all the time. It is the ugliest bag you can find. It just comes like this. It cooks inside the bag. So what you do with something like this is you open up the package. And again, still not much prettier. But you can break these apart into the individual bones. When I first started seeing this product, I was afraid that the bones were going to go one way and the meat was going to go the other, but it doesn't. The bones and the meat stay together really well. So you just take this product and you break it apart. So you do this as your prep, and then you take these pieces and you portion them out to your appetizers. So this is going to go into a deep fryer. It's going to take about 2.5-3 minutes in a deep fryer to fully cook this, to bring this product back up to temperature, and get nice and crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, and it will actually come off the bone really quickly. So it's a great appetizer. And you can toss this in. Get that, Jay? Jay, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I just had to change mics. I had feedback that people said they couldn't hear me. I was muffled, so.
You're multitasking.
I was changing my mic. Sorry about that. But thank you. No, I think you too. I think it was Aaron that said you sound muffled.
That's your natural voice.
I wasn't having a stroke or something either. So.
So the product is it's going to cook up really quickly. You're going to be able to toss this in whatever sauce you're using in-house. So this can be any one of your wing sauces, your rib barbecue sauce, whatever you want to be able to do. So it's going to toss out. You're going to be able to toss this product, and it's going to be a great appetizer. What we did here is I put a Korean barbecue sauce on it and tossed it like that, and I grilled some pineapple. So there's a platter that can go out for sharing that nobody's going to turn down.
Okay, let's see the cone.
The cone was was the single appetizer. I'm trying to do a single and a share platter each time.
Well, that's beautiful. That's single there. That cone. Yeah. That's great.
And
Did you do anything to the pineapple or just grilled it?
Just grilled it. I drizzled a little bit of the Korean barbecue sauce on it too, just to keep the flavors going. Yeah. My go-to with pineapple is usually a balsamic glaze, but for this one we stayed with the savory. Mm-hmm. And then the bones come right off of that meat, off of that product, so you get a very tender product. It's not like you're going to be sitting there gnawing away at it at the table. So it's a high-end appetizer.
Yeah, you're going to be able to get a higher price point on that easily.
Absolutely. It's a premium product. And again, it's something that customers are going to have a second time. When you're talking about regular rib tail ends, that's a platter filler. That's shrapnel that you fill up with a pile of fries and some wings and things on here. This is a standalone appetizer for a nice night out. It's a great way to start. Okay?
That's brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to go on to the fourth product we're going to talk about, and it was actually we originally introduced it with our halal video 2 weeks ago with 4 weeks ago with Nabil. So we have a fully cooked halal chicken wing with a crispy coating on the outside of it. It's actually a rice flour that we're using on the coating. So it's a gluten-free halal fully cooked chicken wing. Obviously, you guys know how to cook chicken wings. We're not going to get into that. If you need to see how to cook chicken wings, I'm sure there's a TikTok video out there somewhere that can show you how to do that.
It's Keppy's late night TikTok videos.
There we go. How to drop a basket and bring it back up. So again, everything with wings has been done in the past, so we're not going to be able to reinvent that product. But what we did today is I did it as a share platter. And again, keeping with the whole idea of being able to dip into something a single time, no double dips, single dip. So I took the wings, I deep fried them, I tossed them in some honey, and then I put some. Actually, it's a Doritos Dynamite tortilla. I crumbled those up, and so you take that wing and then you go and dip it into the crumble, and you can get the crunch and the crispness. So you end up with just a simple platter like something like this.
Shut up.
I mean, it doesn't have to get much easier than that, right? So you're taking that experience of the wing and you're adding one more texture to it. So you're still getting the sweet from the honey, you're getting the heat from the Dorito Dynamite. And if you have to have a carrot stick, there's a carrot stick.
Yeah. No, I was joking. Love carrots, but so chef, you dip that into like a ranch dipping, whatever.
Well,
into the Doritos.
You didn't have to. Because I tossed the wings in a honey already.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
It's already got the wing sticky. So you can just eat it like that. But if you want to take it the extra step and dip it in, you're going to get the kick from the Dorito. And that could have been a Cool Ranch. It could have been any kind of other kind of chip. Yeah. But it was just something to give some more texture and make it a little bit more unique for that experience.
I haven't seen anyone do that, and I think it's a great idea just to provide that extra value. It's fun, entertaining a little bit, something to do. And then you, if that was a to-go item for takeout, you could put the Doritos crushed up into a ramekin, like
we kept it on the side here so that you can do it yourself, right? Whether you can take the heat or not. Yeah. There could have been two choices. There could have been a hot spicy. There could have been a Cool Ranch, right?
Love it. Simple idea.
And that's something that the average consumer is not going to do at home for themselves. They're not going to cook wings at home, not as well as you can with a deep fryer at work, and they're not used to having just like crumbled pretzels around. Most people finish the bag.
So true. So true. But you're right though. The wings at home are nothing compared to wings in a restaurant. Not even.
Right.
I still haven't found that ever.
So that's what people come out for. That's what they've all been, packed in their houses for so long. There's lots of things they can do. I mean, barbecue sales are out the window at the Home Depots in the world because everyone is making their backyard work. But wings is one that they're still going to have to go out for when they want that.
Yeah, that's awesome ideas. And I just love that simple application there. Like it's something different. We haven't tried it. I haven't seen it. I think it's awesome. I love the pretzel idea with the sausage too. Those are just simple ideas to add a little thing different into something we know, right? That comfort food appetizer segment area. So, awesome idea, Chef.
Cool. I got one more for you, and you actually tried it the other night. It's the pork drummy. So I'm just going to show.
Yes, I love the drummy.
So what we end up with here. This is a fully cooked product again. This is fully cooked shank meat, but it's just a solid piece of pork right there. But this bone comes right out, so it's not like you're dealing with all the tendons in there. So that is a solid piece of meat. So I'm just going to sit here and cut it and show you. That's what you're dealing with right there. That's a portion. So that's the equivalent of a turkey leg in my book. But you've got a great flavor there. It's got a straight salt and pepper flavor to it. So it still gets to be finished off with however you want to finish this product. So this is obviously can be an entree. I did one up as a share platter here with a yin yang. So I did a sweet chili sauce on one and a barbecue on the other. But something like this, that amount of meat coming on a single portion like that, right on the bone like that, and the bone comes out. So it's a phenomenal product. And I'll just show you my plate, and I'm going to ask you how you liked yours the other day, Jay. So that's the platter there. I just did barbecue on one side, sweet Thai chili on the other. Every operator out there has got their own signature sauces. You can drizzle things on top of this. There's lots of different ways to make this your own, but because the flavor, it's got a nice, rich, smoky salt and pepper flavor to it, but it's basically a blank canvas for you to do whatever you want to do with this product to make it your own.
Yeah. You know what? They're so filling, though, Chef. Like, you choke back 2 of those, you're stuffed.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, they're so filling. They're so rich in flavor. Very amazing product. My kids loved them. And I think they each had one, and they were stuffed.
Yeah.
Incredible. Right? Great product. It's so moist and tender, and they were a hit here.
No, that's great. So you can baste them and finish them off in the oven, finish them off on the grill if you want. But it's a more unique product. You're not finding that in the grocery store either. It's a value added product for sure.
Yeah, I like for an operator, there's definitely a win there. Like I haven't seen it. You don't see it. And then restaurants, definitely a great way to capitalize. And I guarantee it tastes good with a beer.
That's later today, but yes, for sure.
They taste great, especially with all these other ideas.
And again, these are the upsells. I mean, we want people to order this before they have their dinner, so that you guys can get a few more sales out of it. Like that's entirely what the goal is here.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's great, Chef, that you brought those up because that's an area that obviously was probably hit a little bit through takeout, obviously through the last 5 months. I would say probably appetizer sales have taken a little bit of a dip because typically when you look at takeout, you probably do your main entree. You might then add an appetizer into that takeout meal, but I highly doubt it in a sense. You're probably just ordering for individually. We want people buying appetizers. We want people eating at restaurants and getting appetizers. And
it's got to be nudged. You've got to nudge them to this point. You've got to, just like we talked about the other week, if they order a Caesar, ask them if they want to upsize it. If they're ordering an entree, do you want an appetizer? When they order an entree, ask them if they want a second meal to take home. I mean, if you don't ask, you're not going to get. And that's
what it is. And we called it when I was working and consulting with restaurants, we called it suggestive selling. So if we can suggest to sell a great way to enjoy their evening or experience, let's talk appetizers. Especially with people coming out and haven't been out for a while, what a great way to have a more of an experience is trying a fun little appetizer like you did today.
And sometimes, I mean, like this is where people can try something that they're not used to trying.
Yeah.
Like not everybody does grilled pineapple and button bones. So they'll try that because they may be too scared to make it their entree, but they'll try it as an appetizer, right?
Yeah.
Especially if the server tells them that's the way to go.
Yeah. If the server's saying, you know, I got to try this, is brand new, it's awesome idea, blah, blah, blah. Great thing. And some of those things you can sample out on little samplers with I don't know if people do that anymore, but getting that smaller portion out there so people can just sample it. It's not going to cost a lot. Might be a freebie for pubs. Great idea, Chef.
Great.
Well,
so it was just 5 different products, lots of ways to use them. We just wanted to, you know, keep these the shows going here, keep you really busy because, you know, we don't want you to have any downtime there, Jay.
Don't want that happening. Don't want that happening. Don't want that happening. No, these are great. Thanks again. Always a pleasure. I think we'll hit 500 shows, I'm sure, by Christmas. We got lots more coming, but thanks again. We love Maple Leaf. We love what you guys do. Great ideas, and thanks for helping our restaurants out. And let's get some of these appetizers in there. And for all of everyone else, we got more shows coming up. Got 2 shows today. We got Taste of Edmonton that Maple Leaf is a big sponsor of. So thank you again for that as well. And we also have Bo Jackson later this afternoon dropping by our kitchen. And we're gonna talk a little bit with Bo about his business and all the great things he's done in his career to become one of the biggest foodies there is. So awesome stuff there. But thanks again, Chef.
No problem.
The best. And we'll talk to you soon.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
You bet. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot.